trying to get my hair to look low. I'm like, I'm ready, and I'm like, does it look okay?
It looks great.
Welcome to Strictly Talk
We're Strictly Talk about Strictly.
with Poppy and Jordan.
And this is episode 10, where we're talking about all of our favorites from the past. It'll make sense as we go, but we're going to have a topic, a theme, a person, and we're going to talk about our favorites of it. But first,
And, first I've got a this or that, which really
let's go.
delves into the past. Because
Okay.
here's the question. Would you rather Strictly brought back either Around the World Week from 2014 or performing from Wembley Arena from 2012?
My goodness, you're going to have to explain to me Around the World Week. But I
It was
assume I've got
like
the idea of it.
the theme of the dances were countries.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. And when did they perform in Wembley? Like what for?
It was like instead of Blackpool, it was
Oh,
Wembley. So it was like
interesting.
in
Whoa.
this or that, we can still go to Blackpool, but would you like there to be
We'll do this as
a
well.
week from Wembley Arena or an around the world themed
Oh my
week?
goodness. Wait, that's so fun. I mean, so almost selfishly, like the Wembley one, because then there's chances we'd get tickets, right? You know, a lot of
Real.
an audience for that one. That would be cool. And also just to see how that ran. Sorry, people, I didn't watch neither the 2012 or the 2014 series. My bad. But I think around the world, as long as it's done tastefully, if it's done in a like weird way, I'm gonna go back and watch that episode after this. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Around the World Week. I think recently Strictly has done a lot to like really represent different cultures, different countries, different styles of dance from around the world. And it would be really cool if they did it in a really good way to like actually represent that. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Around the World Week from
Love it.
2014.
It was a great
2012?
series. 2014.
Perfect. Final answer. What about you?
So I think, well, the one that sticks in my brain more is from Wembley. So I feel like I'd bring
Okay.
that back because it was so cool seeing the dancers in this big space. Like it's like seeing live tour, but on the TV, but it's a real episode. But it's
That's
like,
true.
I thought it was really cool. Also, to be fair, when I was 12, I didn't know that Wembley Arena and Wembley Stadium were different. And I thought, oh my God, they're performing in a stadium? No, they're not. Even though
Not
I'd
quite.
been to Wembley Arena by that point, so like I should have known they were different, but I just
I
heard
have been
Wembley and
to
was like,
neither of them, and in fact, I am today years old when I learned they're different things.
surprise.
So there you go. There's a lot to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, let us know in the comments. Give us a this or that if you have one, and if not, at least answer this one. Would you rather
And did you
return?
watch it
And
in
did you watch
2012 and
it?
2014?
I fear, as we learned recently, that a lot of people these days are 16, meaning in 2012 they were 2. Yeah, so
That's crazy.
if you didn't watch it, go back and watch it. And I'm going to go
Mm-hmm.
back and watch it. And we can all talk about it at some point.
And also, Girls Aloud performed at the Wembley episode, so that was like
Okay.
really important to me.
And here's the thing, if you had added that to the mix, instantly I'm saying Wembley now.
If we're allowed to bring Girls Aloud back, then
Instantly
there
I'm
you go.
there. Incredible. Wow. To as we said at the start, we're going to talk about all our favorites. So to get on with that, we're going to start simply with our favorite pro, our past favorite pro. So a pro that's no longer a pro on the show. Now, as you've just learned, Poppy has knowledge from the dawn of time. I have knowledge of the past 6 years. So we're going to have quite different answers. All of my answers will be from 2020 onwards.
And some of mine
2021
are
onwards.
deep cuts.
And some of Poppy's are deep cuts. So there's a bit of something for everyone. New fans are welcome, old fans are welcome. But
So
Poppy,
I
you
would
start.
say, well, does the name Natalie Lowe mean anything to you?
I do know of the
Well
Lowe.
done. Basically, Natalie Lowe is brilliant and iconic and a queen and a diva, and I miss her every day. She moved to Australia. She had 2 sons. She's now on Dancing with the Stars Australia, but the caliber of that show is maybe a little bit different to Strictly, but I
Yes.
do appreciate being able to watch her dance again.
Mm-hmm.
But like Natalie Lowe, aka Legs, is an incredible dancer. She is very tall, hence the nickname Legs. So she didn't get the full Lou Bernardia treatment because she did dance with Scott Maslin. So they had a good year. She did dance with Ricky Whittle and almost won.
Yeah.
So she did have some good runs. She did also dance with what's his name? Why, hello, Jill. What's his name?
Oh, Ainsley Harriet.
She danced with Ainsley Harriet as a penguin, and she danced with
Incredible.
another man.
Oh no, not
There's
another
basically
man.
like a. I think she danced with David Hay, maybe, but she also definitely danced with another tall boxer. But like, she was just brilliant, and like the way she danced and the choreography and everything, I just love Natalie Lowe
Mm-hmm.
and miss her dearly and want her to come back. But like she has children and she's back in Australia, so I don't think it's going to happen. But
Mm-hmm.
an
Mm-hmm.
icon, a legend.
Yeah.
She's my fave. Bring her back.
Bring her back. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going with OT, and it's for a few reasons. First of all, the first full series I properly watched, Bill Bailey won with OT, and
Iconic.
was such a it was such a funny person to win my first series of Strictly because like
Mm.
okay, sorry, objectively not the strongest dancer, also objectively like he was good for like he was good. He impressed a lot of people. He was great. But even now, we've probably had people that have surprised us more in terms of expectation compared to
Mm.
how good they are. But that being my first series, and Ote turning Bill from comedian Bill into winner of Strictly Bill, incredible. And I already knew, I'd seen episodes of Strictly before. I wasn't new to it when I watched it for the first proper series. So I already knew she won the last series, and it was kind of funny because she was given this celeb where it was like, "Yeah, you won last year. You're
Mm.
going out first this year," and then no, she stayed till the end. But on top of that, I just have really enjoyed her involvement within the show, even as she's left. I enjoy that she's
Yeah.
like, "No, I'm here," and she's still doing things. And anyway, I just think she's an icon.
And I think OT is one of the best choreographers Strictly has ever had.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Just
for sure.
incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Her Latin moves, my goodness,
Mm-hmm.
incred, so
Yeah.
good. So I'm gonna have to go with OT on this one.
Some other
Um,
names I would like to throw out from the past are Erin Bogue and
mhm,
Ian Waite and Flavia
mhm.
Cacace. Three icons of my
And I'll
childhood.
add AJ Pritchard to the mix.
Sure.
No, only because of his stint in our one of our favorite soap operas.
Oh yeah, of course. How's
Really
Trish?
good. House Trish, she's good. I actually don't know the quote, so.
Yeah, I don't know the full thing. I just know How's Trish. I would say one of my favorite choreographers was Giovanni. Not my cat, but the man. I'm not going to delve too far into that one because I don't want to get into
No,
that. But I will say some of my favorite ballroom numbers have been choreographed by him, and I appreciate that.
yeah, Giovanni would be up there, obviously without the scandal, and if he didn't turn out to be, we're not going there. However, I've also met him, and he was not particularly nice.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, he was really nice to me.
oh well, whatever. Shut up. So yeah, I mean, he met me in the capacity that I wasn't a fan, being like, "Hey, I was actually working where he
Oh,
was." So
interesting.
yeah. Anyway, not gonna go too
But
deep in that, but
he creates a beautiful ballroom frame, and I can't knock
he
him for
does.
that.
And spoilers, he might come up later in this list for me.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
well, the next one I think we should discuss is our favorite pro routines.
This is inherently uh, ingrained into my body when someone says Strictly Come Dancing, and when someone mentions, utters, breathes similar sounds to the words Vito and Nikita. I go to
Cheeto
this
and
place,
Manita.
Cheeto and Manita, and I'm thinking of it straight away, which is their I couldn't tell you what it's to off the top of my head because I forgot it now, but it was like a contemporary dance and it was
Mm.
about those two finding love in each other, and it was absolutely beautiful, and it was on this like ramp, and they were like running up and chasing each other, and there was a storybook involved, and it was just
Yeah.
absolutely adorable. Um, but it was also so moving,
Hmm.
and it was kind of towards the earlier part of Strictly looking into having same-sex couples. We'd already had
Hmm.
one, but like it was still a newer thing on Strictly, and for them to make this whole pro routine about it as well was like, oh, they're highlighting it, and I just really appreciated it. So
It's
yeah,
so beautiful.
it's
Every time I
beautiful.
saw it on Pro Tour, which was three whole times, I cried because it was
Hmm.
so gorgeous. It became known within the fandom as the Heartstopper dance
Hmm.
because gay, artistic, gorgeous, lovely love. And it
Hmm.
was just beautiful.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites. I have written down Young and Beautiful, which was the Luba Karen led Argentine tango number from 2022, I want to say.
I think
But
that's the
that
same
one,
series as this one.
this is, I love Argentine tango, we know this.
We love.
And so, like an Argentine tango group number, I'm already listening. I'm sat down, I'm
I'm
ready
there.
to watch.
I'm
Then you
sad.
have, like, it's led by a female couple. We love it. We love when this happens.
Hmm.
It's Luba and Karen who have fantastic chemistry. So
Hmm.
the performance is just wonderful. The acting in it is wonderful. The dancing, everything about this, I love it. It's so,
Amazing.
like, I was going to say juicy, but I don't know if that's quite the word. But it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's so
It
good.
was just, it was cool, and it was also, yeah, different to what we'd seen before. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's such a good dance as well. You'll
And
notice a
it's,
theme as well with what we say probably throughout the episode, but
oh,
at least for me.
also interesting that both of these are very narrative driven. Obviously, same sex partnerships, love it. We love to see it. Also, very narrative driven pro numbers.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
love a
I think
story.
we've seen so many episodes of Strictly and seen so many group numbers that if the dancing's good alone, it's like, oh, I enjoyed that, and I forgot about
Mm,
it next week because I'm going to see a lot of good dancing. Whereas the ones that make me like feel something, whether that's laugh, cry, get
hmm.
invested, who knows, those are the ones that stick in my brain. Um,
Yeah.
like
Also,
steps.
yes, I felt joy and whimsy.
Yeah.
I also wanted to mention another two dances, which are both
Please.
Afro Latin numbers.
Mm.
One is from 2020, and one
Hmm.
was 2023. The first one was, it was like a carnival, and OT and Johannes led it, and it
Hmm.
was so fun and so brilliant. The other one, OT choreographed. And when I tell you I became obsessed with this dance, I watched it so often because it's so like thrilling. It's just like
Yeah.
it. What's the
Just
word?
good
Like
vibes.
the vibes are like infectious.
Yeah.
Like you can't
You,
watch that
you
and then be
want
in
to
a bad
dance.
mood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good. I love the different dance styles she picked, the different music she picked, like
Hmm.
everything about it. I'm obsessed with it. Also, like if Johannes
Obsessed.
is leading it, I'm gonna
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Already in.
But
And
like
actually,
amazing.
you reminded me, speaking of Johannes, and again, I can't give you enough detail because it's off the top of my head, this one, but the one where he was in full heels, and this was like 2020 or 2021, I think, and he's like full front and center in heels, being proud and loud in who he is. Loved that.
Is it the Priscilla one or the catwalk one? Because
I think
there's
the
extra ones.
catwalk one,
Love
whichever one came first. The first time he just did
catwalk.
it and was like,
Yeah, with
I'm
the
here.
fans.
Yes.
Yeah. But also,
Loved.
I love the Priscilla one too. That's another one.
Oh
Musicals
yeah.
Week 2020. Priscilla, so good.
Let's just have Jojo front and center all the time in heels. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
I think that's how you do a good pro number.
Yeah.
Also, just to throw in another one, if we're going to
Yeah, keep
mention
going.
JoJo in heels, I
Yeah.
have to mention the Beyonce number.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
me, it's Beyonce. I love that. That's another one I've watched on repeat.
yeah. Mm-hmm. We
I
could
feel like,
there's you say one and then I think of another and I could say one and you think of
yeah,
another. There's like there's so many.
I think the more recent ones are the ones I have watched more. Like, there's definitely ones. I mean, the early day pro numbers were, we're doing a jive. That was
Mm-hmm.
it. Like, it wasn't a
Yeah.
theme. But like the more recent ones, but then it's like those are like the key ones. Young and Beautiful, Afro Latin, Beyonce, and also Pet Shop Boys. Those are my big four. But if I had to pick one, Young and Beautiful. Young and Beautiful it's yet to be beaten.
That's your letterbox top four.
Yeah.
There you go. Also, I should say, everyone in the comments, like, play along at home. Tell us your favorite of each of these, because we're going through a big list. I'll summarize the list at the end, though. So if you keep your notes. Okay, next, we've talked about pros a bit. We're going to talk about judges, but favorite current and past judge, I guess.
Well, my favorite current judge is a past pro.
Yeah,
Anton Tubek. We know I love Anton.
My
loves. I can't help it.
My loves.
My favorite past judge, and this is the thing, I don't know who my favorite judge of all time is. Like, I just have to categorize it, because Anton's not my favorite judge of all time. I just love him dearly. Do you know what I mean? That's Dad. But like, my favorite is Len. Lens. Maybe that's the reason. Lens. That's a reason in itself to pick Len as your favorite judge. Pickle your walnuts. Seven. Like, he just, you know, an icon, a legend of the game. I think, I know everyone knows what they're talking about, but like, if you were like, whose opinion would you trust the most?
Yeah, I think
Goodman.
He just gives like Dad in the best way, and you're like, you want to do Dad proud, sort of thing. I mean, yeah, we'll talk current. My favorite too, because I'm saying current, Craig has been there since the start. I love Craig. Sorry, not sorry. I love Craig. Yes, sometimes I think he's questionable. Oh, we have light.
This one went dim. We've done a switch. Okay.
She's bright and ready. Yeah, Craig's been there since the start, so you can't call him a past judge because he still does it. But I do love him. I think sometimes he needs to read the room a bit better, and he's just trying to be mean, but he's been much better recently than he was.
Yeah.
My favorite judge is Motzi. I think she has a heart of gold and leads with that, and she still gives good feedback and constructive criticism, but she's such a caring judge. And again, actual past judge, I was going to say Len as well, because what's Strictly without Len? Like, he formed it to be what it is. You know? If he had never been a part of the show, it would not be what it is today. So many iconic quotes, so many iconic, like Seven and stuff like that, which are just like ingrained into the brains of every Strictly fan.
Oh my God, what if I cry? I'm like,
do it.
Look what he did. He's changed the way we all think about a number.
And fully. And now we're out here going 6, 7. Okay, I'll just leave.
That was okay.
So we'll move on to favorite gossip. Now, me and Poppy were sort of vague about what this means, so I'm interested to hear what she has to say about it. So go.
Well, I've gone for something I read a couple of years ago that made me stop in my tracks and gasp. So it is gossip, but it's true. Does that make it gossip? What is gossip?
Yeah.
So much you could say. I've gone with the fact that during Strictly 2021, John Waite self-admittedly caught feelings for Johannes.
That's a good one.
Gossip. Also, who wouldn't? Like, I'm pretty sure every single partner of Johannes's has caught feelings for him, even though only one of them's been a man.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm like, that in itself is juicy tea. That is like, I mean, you can't blame him. We don't know if it's reciprocated, if there were feelings there, but it doesn't even matter because now John and Paul are back together and married, so it's fine. But the thing that gets me with this is Christmas Day 2021. I'm watching John Waite's live on Instagram, and he's talking about what Paul bought him for Christmas, and it is the perfume that Johannes wears, which is Jo Malone Bergamot, I think, maybe vanilla, musk. I'm just naming items now.
Use code
Tonka
Poppy
bean.
for 10%
I think it's Tonka
off.
bean. Yeah, I wish. And he said that Paul bought him that perfume. In John's book, he talked about the fact he was like, the perfume, he was like jealous of the perfume because it got to touch Johannes. He wanted to be in Johannes's skin or something. It was like Paul bought him that perfume and didn't even know that like the smell of Johannes made him like gossip.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot lower, but it's all public information now.
Yeah, so I'm not like spreading anyone's juicy tea. It's just like, this came out in a newspaper article when his book came out, and it literally was like, what? Because 2021, you had Kai and AJ who were like,
Oh,
really
hold
kind of
on.
playing into the
Pause
curse.
for police car. Okay, it's
They're here
gone.
to arrest Kai and AJ.
I'm so sorry.
Then
Dude,
you had,
George Clark.
oh, then you had Rose and Giovanni, where loads of people were like, "Oh my god, they're so in love," and she was like, "I have a boyfriend." But then you actually had John and JoJo, where
Mm-hmm.
John actually caught feelings. Now, who knows?
Well,
Other people might have caught feelings, but that one's like publicly aware feelings.
funnily enough,
Gossip.
I'm on going exact same route here, but this one was more gossip than fact.
Oh,
But very same series, right? AJ and Kai. We
gossip.
spoke about it a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, but there was so many rumors, so much speculation, and those two even leaned into it. And Claudia straight up asked them on the show,
Yeah.
"Are you two a thing? What's going on? There's
Yeah.
chemistry here. What's happening?" And as we spoke about before, they were both single. It was
Hmm.
fine. There was no, you know, bad behavior occurring here. And who knows? We will never know, maybe, if
No.
something was
Well,
going on or not.
also, you can make the editorial decision on whether to cut this out, but don't you think AJ's fiance looks like Kai? So I'm
That's
not
staying
saying
in.
that KJ is real. I'm just saying in some pictures I see that man and I'm like, AJ.
Hold on, hold on. So, I mean, who knows? But I just really enjoyed that was the like, okay, we spoke again about like Strictly Cursed and how it's sometimes misrepresented, but that was how you do it, right? It was like those two
Mm,
knew that people were invested in this storyline. They were also dancing really well, so it wasn't like
hmm.
they were just getting votes because of it, but it was helping because it was creating this like, oh, we can't let them go home yet because what if next week's the week they kiss?
Well, I
Um,
remember like on a Takes Two episode, they were like, oh, if they it was either if they get a 10 or a 40, but it was like if they get this, maybe they'll kiss. And I'm like, you're saying
yeah.
this on Takes Two? Like it was crazy. I miss
It
it.
was so good. And it was hilarious because it was like still COVID time,
Hmm.
sort of. And so Strictly was different. And like there was, I believe there was no audience or very little audience for that
Hmm.
series and stuff. So it was all like, we were all stuck inside and we're like, well, we're watching Strictly regardless. And it was just like, you can't watch, like, no one has Love Life drama right now. So we're trying to give you something, you know?
Yeah.
I loved it. It was fun. Everyone involved seemed to be having a good time.
Hmm.
It was funny. And I'm sure if AJ and Kai were uncomfortable with it, they would have said to like Claudia and
Yeah.
production and stuff, don't bring it up. But clearly it was fine. Waiting for the
Wow.
book.
Real. Come on, AJ.
But from gossip to factual gossip. So we're talking about our favorite, like, would they, will they, won't they? But what about your favorite actual occurrence of the Strictly curse?
I mean, it has to be Joe and Diane.
Diane, yeah.
Surely. The thing is that gets me with them, right, is when it was happening, I find like people were speculating, like you
Mm-hmm.
have the whole like Joe and Diane fandom who are very invested. You have all this. I just assumed they were dating. Like there was no speculation to me. I was like, you've got Faye Tozer, Ashley
Mm-hmm.
Roberts dancing amazingly, Joe and Diana dating, Charles
Yeah.
Ben. Like,
It's just
do you know what
part
I
of the
mean? It
story.
wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like, oh my god, are they gonna get together? It was like,
I know they
oh, have they
are.
not said they are? Like, I just assumed
I
that
love it.
it was known because hello, and I
I
mean, I was right.
Another one that I quite like, because I was gonna say Joe and Diane as well, but I'll say another one. Gemma and Gorka, because it
Yeah.
was like a slow burn, and they've said their like full story since and
Mm.
like how it actually happened. Which, in essence, because who was Gemma partnered with? Because it wasn't Gorka.
Aliash.
Aliash, yes. Um, Gorka asked her out at the start, like near the start of the series,
Mm.
and she basically was like, or like fancied her or something, and was
Mm.
trying to go out with her, and she just wasn't. She just didn't. And then it wasn't until after, or like right towards the end of the series, where they actually were like, okay, maybe I could. And now they're married, and it's a happily ever after.
There's
But
two
also,
babies.
there's two babies and everything. It's funny because you they make so much sense as a pairing, but like completely isolated in my brain, I wouldn't have put them together.
Yeah.
But
But I
like,
kind of like
yeah,
I like how like he's the sensitive one and she's the like I'll get the spiders, Gawks. Gemma, there's a spider. I love when like she's on her radio show and like tells stories about them. Like they're cute.
They are cute, and yeah, they do share a lot. So again, this isn't that we aren't speculating. This is
No.
fact. And again, so this is going to touch on something we spoke about, or I spoke about earlier, but favorite contestant. And I'm going to go with, and I'm going to explain myself because there are so many, but the one I went with is John Waits. And it's because, for me, specifically, what he represented on Strictly and how he was really nervous about what he was representing on Strictly, and it was new to Strictly, which, by the way, what I'm talking about is a same-sex male-male partnership. Just in case anyone's like, what?
He's gay?
He's gay. And so am I, that's the, just so we're aware here. I'm just such an ally that I'm doing it for. I'm speaking on behalf of, no. I just love what he represented, but also because you could watch the show and see the journey of finding that comfort in himself.
Yeah.
Because I was debating with like Leighton, because actually Leighton received a lot more backlash for his experience, and a lot of it was homophobic compared to John, who actually definitely did receive some, but not as much as Leighton. But Leighton met it with such confidence from the start that was super incredible to see as well. But I think it felt very real from John, because you were like rooting for him, and like he was just trying to be like, this is just me, guys, like I'm just trying to dance. And
it's like I remember with like his cha-cha when he was like I'm nervous to be camp, like I don't want to like, and like embracing that side of himself, and like you literally saw across the competition like him becoming more confident and more like free and all this sort of stuff. I love him. He's also very tall.
He is
that's
very
not relevant
tall,
but like
it's I mean, I love tall people.
There you go.
So, and I want to add as an aside to my favorite contestants, love many of them, but and it's just who I am, will rally behind anyone that receives backlash for being just themselves. It doesn't matter who you are. So I'm talking Amber, I'm talking Tasha, I'm talking Leighton. I don't care who you are. If you get backlash just because you're trying to be on the show, I will lose my mind and I will defend you till the end. So many of my favorites come from the fact that I'm just like, guys, be good people, just be nice, because they're nice. Anyway,
I have two options. I did also write down John, and then not that I crossed him out, but I moved him to another space.
Never mind.
But first of all, Helen Skelton, I think
great.
her journey on Strictly in itself, regardless of everything else she was going through, was, again, it's that confidence journey. I find that like, no, it's, for me, a journey I like on Strictly isn't necessarily a dance journey, because you can have someone come in and be a good dancer, but it's that journey of like being confident and expressing yourself, and that is a journey I really love to watch. And so a lot of my favorite contestants over the years have had that same kind of journey. And so for Helen, who, like she said before the first episode, she hid on a fire escape because she was like, I can't do this. And then, you know, we get to mine hair and it's like, you can do this. And then also it's like she was going through so much in her personal life, and like she said, she was doing Strictly to kind of be like, if you're going to talk about me, this is what you're going to talk about. There's so much noise right now that I'm going to control this and I'm going to do this. And like she did it like less than a year after having a baby. And she's just someone who, like, I used to watch on Blue Peter, and she would do these crazy challenges.
She's so
and then
cool.
Here she was, like, however many years later, doing this other thing to push herself. And I think that's really just admirable. Also did some great dances. And then my other pick would be Tasha, because she's somebody I really, really wanted on the show, because I don't care if you have dance experience. I'm like, give me entertaining dancers. And she made, like, exactly. She created these beautiful dances and was someone who was such a fan of the show. And you saw how passionate she was about it and how much she loved doing it, and like rediscovering this love of dance and all this sort of stuff. And also, like, to be a dancer who is deaf, who has a cochlear implant, who is kind of raising awareness for this stuff, because how many people on TV do you know with cochlear implants? 2. Like, to see that kind of representation, and also from the side of like the representation of being like, bear in mind, she's a girl from Love Island who is objectively cool, and yet coming in and going, I love Strictly Come Dancing. I may be in my 20s and from Love Island and cool, but I love this dance show. I love to dance, and it's cool to do this stuff and kind of, you
Yeah.
know, that embracing of being a fangirl and all that side of
Yeah.
it, like that as well.
Yeah. I made, this was way back, obviously, when she was on the show. I made a video, but the bottom line of it, because there was a lot of backlash, and the bottom line of it was, if you're not excited about Tasha going on the show, that's fine. She's not going on it for you. Um, because there are
Clock it.
so many people that Tasha inspired.
Yeah.
Because she is cool and she was from Love Island, and she also has her disability, which wasn't stopping her. It was actually just showing how incredible she is. And she was representing so many people while also just, as you say, embracing the entire experience with kindness and like a smile and just being like, yeah, I'm here because I love it. And
Yeah.
it was very inspirational, and I think she's amazing. She's definitely up there for me as well.
Like there's
And also
definitely
her
like,
dad.
oh, true. But like there's plenty of people who across the years I've enjoyed. But honestly, I've got a bad memory, so I don't even know who's been on the show. I've never seen it.
Yeah. And another one, just because I'm going to put out there, Michelle Visage. Okay, I've said it. Oh, Poppy's left. Bye, Poppy. Okay, so on
Sorry,
this
I thought it was
episode,
really dark, so I thought I'd add some more
oh, she's
light.
back. She's back.
Also, Michelle Visage, diva, queen,
Diva.
love her.
Hilarious.
Amazing. Saw her in Sea Witch at the weekend. Phenomenal.
Yeah, she did. So yeah,
Amazing
great.
voice. Like, oh, icon. I'm like,
She,
come on, do a
yeah.
foxtrot again.
It's funny because I assume she's not that great at singing, because I know she's a singer, but like she was in a girl group in the 90s, which doesn't necessarily mean you're a good singer. She's great.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name any names. I'm actually not. Okay, we're still talking about contestants, though. We've gone from our favorite contestant to which contestant was most robbed.
This
We
is
might have the
when
same one.
I don't think so, because I've got deep cuts.
Oh, we don't have the same one.
This is when it becomes a history lesson, because I have two deep cuts.
Shall I go first then? And
yeah,
then
you go first. Then I'll do my history lesson.
To clarify for me, what I've taken most robbed as is a contestant that was voted out way too early, deserved better. And I'm going straight for Nina Wadia, because my goodness, the fact that she went home first on her series, there are so many layers to this which infuriate me. So she was partnered with Neil, raging. No, I'm kidding. That bit, fine. That bit, fine. It was week 1 and 2, 2 dances, and her week 1 dance was so good. It was a Latin dance. I can't remember exactly which one. It was a Latin dance. She did really well. She scored quite well. And then her second week dance wasn't so good, and it just didn't suit her very well at all. And it was the classic case of some people cruise through week 1 and 2 because their week 2 dance is slightly more memorable, but neither dance was actually great. Whereas someone who is really, really good in week 1 just doesn't do quite as well, but because it's fresh in your brain, they end up getting in the bottom 2. But it blows my mind that the dance-off is based on that dance alone, because if you compared the 2 dances, Nina should absolutely have been safe. And on top of that, there were a fair few contestants that year that were just objectively much worse, and I question as to the reason why she wasn't getting as many votes as some of them.
Yeah.
I think we could do a deep dive into all the different reasons why the British public might have some unconscious bias going on. But yeah, I was just really disappointed because I thought she was great.
Yeah. I mean, fully agree.
So,
I'm still upset about it, because that dance was incredible. The potential she had, I'm devastated by it, to be honest.
Fuming.
Like,
fuming.
And it wasn't even like her week 2 tango was awful.
No.
Like, it just didn't really suit her, and it wasn't the best, but it was her first ballroom dance, and it was a tango, like, do you know what I mean?
It wasn't even that her week 2, like, she was lower on the leaderboard in week 2, but she wasn't bottom of the leaderboard. That's my thing, is like, even that week alone, she shouldn't have been going. But anyway, please, deep dive, Poppy.
Okay, so first of all, somebody who went out way too early, and like the OG Strictly fans will know and will understand why I still feel shocked by this. I think the year was 2007. It was early on. Gabby Logan. First of all, Gabby Logan is dancing with James Jordan. Her husband, Kenny Logan, is dancing with Ola Jordan. Gabby Logan, former gymnast. Kenny Logan, rugby player. You can see on paper who should do better, and it's not
Yeah.
Kenny.
It's not the
Then
rugby player.
you end up in a dance off. I can't remember what week it was, but I think it was like week 4 or week 5, like it was early. And she's against Penny Lancaster Stewart, who also was doing pretty well. Model, dancing with Ian Waite, Tool. Somehow these two end up in the dance off, which is madness, to the point that Len literally was like, I don't know how to vote because it should be the worst two dancers in this dance off, not two of the
Wow.
best dancers. So it was like mega controversial at the time. Like, I don't understand quite how it happened. I think
Yeah.
maybe this was
Oh my
like one of
goodness.
those years where someone like John Sargent was in it or something. Like maybe there was one
Okay.
of those like contestants who just gets votes because they're funny or something like that. Because it was like so controversial and she could have done so much better. So Kenny actually ended up doing all right. Like, tell me why Kenny Logan made like Musicals Week or something. I don't even know if they did
Oh,
Musicals Week
really?
back then, but he made it
He made
far.
it well. Okay.
And it was like very like confusing. But basically, Gabby was robbed and it's crazy. And it will have been to do with an like low scoring contestant who was popular and
Yeah.
probably like leaderboard maths because it just like shouldn't have happened. The
Yeah.
other person I would say is robbed was Rachel Stevens because again a history lesson. I think this may have been 2008 when Tom Chambers won. And this was very controversial because back in the day, the way scoring would work is, you know how it's ranked on the leaderboard, and like it's like if people tie, there's no gap between numbers. There
Yeah.
used to be, and this is why it changed because there was ties on the leaderboard in the semi-final, and because of that, it meant that basically Tom Chambers was gone, so there was no point
Oh,
in
right.
voting
Yeah.
because he would be guaranteed to go, and so it was like instead it got carried over to the next week or it was something along those lines. But basically, Rachel Stevens was better than Tom Chambers. Tom Chambers should have gone home, but because of
Mm.
this whole leaderboard thing, he got carried through and then he won. And he basically only won because he had a good show dance, whereas Rachel Stevens should have won, basically, is
Right.
my
Okay.
conclusion. It's despite the fact that he had a week where really he should have gone home because the way the
Yeah.
judges
Yeah.
scored
Yeah.
it,
It didn't
he
work.
didn't.
Also, Rachel Stevens has a bop called More, More, More. So you should listen.
And
I'm going to
also,
add
I
one
loved S
more.
Club
Oh,
7. So,
oh, S Club.
as
Absolutely
an S Club
obsessed with S
7
Club.
fan, I had to watch Rachel Stevens not win.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah.
Well, as a JLS fan, we also, and this is, I think, one of the most like famously spoken about shock
Yeah.
eliminations. Aston, Ashton, Aston,
Aston.
Aston.
Mhm.
Yeah, he got eliminated like week 6 or something. He
Yeah.
didn't even make it halfway and was one of the favorites to like win that series.
Yeah.
And it was again, I don't know the ins and outs of it. I just know that happened. But I'm just throwing it in
Terrible.
there so that people aren't like, you forgot him.
Yeah.
Um,
Dev Griffin.
Anyway, for the same sort of thing, but slightly different as well, most underrated contestant.
I have thoughts.
Yeah, please share them. It'd be great because if you had no thoughts, this would be real tough.
My instinct, I was like, who's the most underrated? My instinct was Alexandra Burke because I think she was brilliant, but she often gets left off of lists of people's favorite dances of a style. I think her jive, one of the best ever. I think her Argentine tango, possibly my favorite ever. Musicals Week, incredible. Like, there's so many weeks she did so well. She scored really well. Again, she was a woman of color who ended up in lots of dance-offs.
Oh my god, it's like there's a theme
Crazy.
here.
Thank you, British public. I think maybe that's one of the reasons that she's not remembered as favorably as she actually danced is because of the dance-offs. But like, they weren't deserved dance-offs. It was just classic British public.
She can do it even better in Broken Heels.
Exactly. So I'd say that. I would also say Debbie McGee, same year, but also very underrated because I think people forget that like this was a older woman, not old, but like older. And also she was going through the loss of her husband and was like doing Strictly to kind of, she always said get her sparkle back. And like that journey's really beautiful. And also at the same time, she she slayed hard. Like, she's like, I'm going on this grief journey. I am, however, going to come out and do a Paso Doble week 1 where I snog my partner. I'm going to do all these things with high kicks. I'm going to do, and it's like, Debbie,
Yeah,
brilliant.
she was
And
cool. She was very cool.
another name I want to throw out, and I don't remember if this was the same year or just a similar year, but Graham Swan. I think Graham and Oti were a really underrated partnership. I barely know who the man is. I think he's a
Yeah, I was gonna
cricketer,
say,
not sure.
I don't think
Don't
I know who
even
this is.
know. But like, Graham Swan, underrated.
Okay. Yeah. Well, kind of going back to the theme of your first one a little bit, and I have uh multiple reasons why, but I'm going recent Montel Douglas. I think
Yes.
obviously she did quite well in the competition, but
Mhm.
first of all, time for my rant. The amount of noise around dance experience that year, every year, but
Mhm.
that year was so frustrating because actually it got to that point in the competition and she was the only person left in the competition without dance experience of
Except for
some,
Pete Wicks.
except for Pete Wicks.
And
So
yet
to
they spoke
some,
about it for Pete. When did they speak about
yeah.
it for Montel?
So, and then like to some degree or other, everyone else had some form of dance experience. Montel has none. And constantly people were crying about dance experience. Oh my God, they shouldn't be on the show, whatever, whatever. And then those same people were never rallying behind Montel, even
Mm.
though she was the only female contestant and only contestant other than Mr. Wicks who didn't have dance experience and
Mhm.
objectively, sorry, was better than Pete Wicks. She was
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. And
Yeah.
sure, she wasn't quite as good as the other people that made it to the final, maybe. But again, if you're going to be mad about dance experience, then vote for Montel, and people weren't doing that.
Yeah.
So that one, and
Also,
then
Chris
my
didn't have dance experience, but also a different
well,
situation
yeah,
anyway. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Just before
yeah, yeah,
somebody comments, Chris did it. Yeah, we know that.
yeah. We know that. We
Obviously,
know
we're
that.
talking about like we're obviously comparing her to like Tasha and Sarah and JB.
Yes,
Like, come on.
yes, 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 yes. Um, and then the other one, um, and I think it's just because people forget is Molly Rainford.
Yes. As soon as you
Um,
said because people forget, I thought it's going to be Molly Rainford.
it's gonna be Molly Rainford. She was just really good. She's just really,
Yeah.
really, really good. And
One of my favourite cha-chas ever.
to Charles,
Yeah.
the only one that wasn't so good was their movie Week Dance, the High School Musical one. Was it High School Musical? It was
It
High
was
School Musical.
Grange Hill, which is even worse. On
Oh, but they
the
were. It was a school one. It
Yeah,
was
it was
yes,
why did they it was we're forcing the young person to do a young person's couple's choice they
yes.
don't want to do again.
Don't want to do it. Yeah, that was the one. That wasn't great, but the rest of it was really good. And again, another case of why were they in the bottom two so often? Hmm.
Hmm.
But we could go on for days about people that shouldn't be in the bottom two and see if there's any correlation there, which there definitely is.
Hmm.
But maybe that's an episode in itself. Okay, so we've speaking about really good English. We've spoken about um, singular contestant, but what's your favorite past pairing?
I
Contestant
have
plus the
gone
pro.
for John and Jojo.
Oh,
For
so have
basically,
I.
sorry, basically all the reasons you said earlier. It's just the most beautiful partnership and like the journey John went on, and also like the
Mm-hmm,
dances they did. I
mm-hmm,
mean, that movie Week Paso Doble, their
yeah,
Charleston, their Argentine tango, like that is
mm-hmm,
a pairing that were just like beautiful
yeah,
journey, beautiful people, beautiful dances, 10, 10, 10. I mean, scored many a time.
yeah.
Yes. Love.
Yeah. Yeah, same reasons. And everything I said about John before, I say it's true with Johannes as well. And they'd been building Johannes up a bit in the previous series of like him dancing in heels and him wearing makeup and him like they were and I was really scared they were like putting him in a corner of like he's our gay
Mm.
pro.
He's our
he's gonna do
gay.
he's our gay, he's gonna do stuff like that. But actually it turned into this beautiful partnership
Mm.
and they complemented each other really, really well. And sure, there's now lore behind the entire thing that maybe makes you look at it slightly differently, but maybe it doesn't. But I just thought it was beautiful. And
Yeah.
in that, as I say, in that time, it was still COVID and we needed, there was a lot of hate and anger in the world and we just needed something like that. And it was beautiful.
Yeah. And like, I personally was having a tough time, and I have to say, I used to think it's okay, I just have to get through this week because then I can watch John and JoJo dance.
Yeah.
And
So
like,
there you go.
sometimes that's what you need with Strictly is just an antidote to bad things going on, and just, you know what, if I can get, once I'm at Saturday, then I can
Yeah.
watch them do a salsa to We Are Family,
We
and
can
then
see them dressed up as pirates.
exactly.
Yeah. And I just loved it. And it was very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, from couple to routine, what was your favorite routine of the past?
I fear we may have the same answer again.
Okay.
It's Karim and Amy's Jive.
Oh, it's a good one. It is a very good
It's
one. I actually have a
so,
different answer this time.
oh, it's like the best
Mm,
thing I've ever seen. Like,
it's incredible.
that's how Amy Dowden got her MBE.
Hmm.
It's who cares about everything. She does great advocacy,
Clip
but also
that.
at the same time, that Jive, no
Beautiful.
notes, 10 out of 10.
So cool.
I'm
Fun.
gonna go and watch it again right now.
Yeah, sorry. We'll be right back. We're going to go watch the dance.
Yeah.
Um, incredible. So that one is my favorite looking back, although I didn't watch that series, is the thing, right? So
Oh
I've chosen one
yeah.
from one of the
So.
series that I have watched. I've seen that
Hmm.
dance maybe more than any dance, but I'm going to choose a different dance. Um, it's going to be Rose and Giovanni's A Couple's Choice.
Beautiful.
Um, I I watched that, I think, in Aberdeen with my family,
Hmm.
and like I've never had a dance make me feel such strong emotion. And
Mm.
just like it was so poignant and it was so beautiful and it was so clever as well, because it just, even though we could never understand truly what
Hmm.
it's like for Rose, um we just had a glimpse, and it was just like, my goodness, it was the couple's choice, right?
Yeah.
Symphony, yes. So just a reminder as well, everyone, they did symphony, and there was a point where the music just stopped, and it was to try and give us a bit of an insight into Rose's experience.
Hmm.
Yeah, I just, then the judges were crying and I was crying and they were
Hmm.
crying, and I was like, this is one of the most incredible points of Strictly for me ever. And Rose did so much for raising awareness, and
Hmm.
like the amount of people that were signing up to learn sign language after that and stuff like that. So that's my one.
An amazing pick.
And every time I hear the song Symphony from now on, although they did try and change that with the memes of the rainbow and the
Yeah.
dolphin, but for now, it's still that.
Hmm.
And yeah, that, I believe, is that everything?
Can I throw in a favorite
Throw in.
series? Can I throw it?
Oh my goodness, yes. I mean, if it's not obvious for me based on how many of my answers are from that series, it would be 2021,
Yeah.
where Rose won.
Mine would be, and I don't actually think anything has come from this series, so it might be surprising. My favorite's 2022. Helen Skelton, she's
Yeah,
2022.
yeah.
2022, incredible cast. Your
Hmm.
final four are Fleur Reese, Morley Rainford, Helen Skelton, and Hamza Yassin.
Yeah,
Amazing. The
yeah.
cast of it, the dances in it,
Hmm.
the random BBC week, random, but like the pro numbers. And I feel like
Yeah,
also because 2020 and 2021, both I really, really enjoyed at the time, but also were a bit weird because of the strange audience.
yes, yes, yes,
2022,
yes.
the
I'm gonna sneeze.
Clauditorium starts coming back. Bless you.
Thank you.
We had the
Yes,
Clauditorium
Clauditorium's
coming
back. This
back.
is true.
Like it felt like Strictly's
This was
back
the
and
true
we're here,
return.
and it just,
I would
yeah,
say
2022, I
underrated
love it.
winner is as well would be Hamza. I
Oh
think
yeah.
he's
Also
got such
2022, incredible pros joined the lineup. Like
so true.
huge for like that's like, do you know
Yeah,
what I mean? 2022 just it felt like this
you're
is
talking about that
we're out of
Cameron
the
guy,
woods.
right?
Well, that was your series.
That was my series.
Shout out Cameron Lombard. Hope you're well. Come on the pod.
um, yeah, that's a good series. You're actually you're right, because
You're
coming
like,
back
yeah,
to
you're
just like,
correct.
you are correct. I think mine was like the cozy series, and yours was the big, bright, amazing. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I think, but yeah. Although controversially, this leads us nicely to our hot take, which is my hot take, which actually
Hot
I'm kind of
take.
contradicting myself. But it's more as a concept than per series, which is hot take. Strictly is better now than it's ever been. Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. And it, it's not necessarily
Sorry,
what?
my mum is just entered the room carrying a whole load of washing and just looked at me in the door like this. It's okay. I have headphones in and a microphone, so I don't think you can be heard at
It's
all.
okay. Unless you want to be. What's your
It's
favorite
just the
series
it
of
was just
Strictly,
yeah.
Poppy's
What's your
mom?
favorite series of Strictly? She went. Ooh. This series. Oh, the most recent one. Wait, as you
Okay.
were, your hot take. So
Hot
sorry to
takes.
interrupt.
Strictly is better now than it's ever been. And what I mean by that is people seem quite resistant to the changes of Strictly. Strictly is evolving, and recently there have been new challenges, some like ideas of new themes. They're also taking a big transition to social media, and there seems to be a lot of what happens within the show itself turned into like viral moments. However, what I actually feel is that it's making Strictly feel more accessible and more
Oh.
welcoming to a newer audience.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas before, I feel like if you didn't know anything about dance at all, you could watch Strictly and you could be like, I enjoyed that. But other than that aspect of it, it was tricky. Whereas now, you're getting soda pop, which is like, sure, some people hate
Mm.
it, but also there's a bunch of kids that love K-pop Demon Hunter that were like, oh my God, they did soda pop. Because that's all they care about is the
Mm-hmm.
songs they like and people doing dances that seem fun, right? Basically, I think it's just now got a bit of something for everyone. Whereas before, maybe slightly less so. Now, there are going to be changes that happen that I don't think are great. I'm sure they're going to have some themes or some challenges that
Oh
I don't think
no.
work. I didn't love the musical week recently because why did they do that extra challenge? There was
Yeah.
no point. But Instant Dance, one of the best moments of Strictly in recent time,
Mm-hmm.
maybe one of the best moments of Strictly ever, dare I
Big
say.
statement.
It was hilarious. It was so fun. So anyway, that's my hot take, and it's basically more just an idea of, hey, everyone, just be open to it. Some
Mm-hmm.
things might not work, and if they don't, be mad about them then. But until they don't, let's see how it goes.
Wow. Like the new music on the results show doesn't work, change it back.
That's fair. See, I'm here with that. Yeah,
But instant
the
dance
results
does work.
show, the results show format didn't work as well. I would say I don't mind all the results coming at the end. Just let us speak to the people and change the music.
Yeah. I think can I speak? I think
Yeah.
also I think like it is better than it used to be. Like because I've watched it for so long, you watch the old series now and it's like, girl, why is this filmed on a microwave and why are they dancing in clothes I've made? Like it used to be like there used to be no themes to dances. There used to be no production value. Group numbers used to be, hey guys, let's wear green shirts and just do a routine and call that a day. Like, whereas now
Yeah.
it is bigger, it is more like exciting. And
Yeah.
I don't like too much change if
Yeah.
it's not sticking to itself, but it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
not like it's moving away from Strictly. It's
No.
just like it's still Strictly, but here's a video on TikTok of everyone lip syncing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I also think it's important to note, like, let's talk X Factor. It stopped because
Oh,
it was the exact same every time and it's given up, right? Sure,
and then it
Britain's Got
changed too
Talent,
much.
and then it changed
Do
too
you know what I
much
mean? Whereas
and it
Strictly,
didn't
it's
work.
making small changes.
It's evolving because what an audience want is changing. Even shows like I'm a Celebrity aren't doing as well as they used to because people don't love the like cruel drama as much anymore. They
Mm.
want comfy, cozy fun. And Strictly is giving that. So anyway, let us know what you think. But before we go, I'm going to run through this
Ooh.
entire favorite list just so that you at home can tell us your favorites.
Uh
So
huh.
tell us your favorite past pro routine, judge, gossip, strictly curse, contestant, most robbed contestant, most underrated contestant, favorite strictly past couple, favorite Strictly Past routine and your favorite series.
Please and thank you.
Please and thank you very much. And yeah, thanks all for listening. Don't know what we're doing next week, but for now, you can follow me at Caterpillar on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
And you can follow me on TikTok at StrictlyPoppy. You can follow me on Instagram at Poppy.Morrison_. And you can follow me on Twitter if you must. It's at SCDDevro. No one knows how to spell it. Just go on Lauren Oakley and click replies because you'll find me there.
Right there. And yeah, that was episode 10. We've done 10. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Who thought
Come on.
we'd be so consistent? Look at us. Look at us. We'll be talking about Dancing with the Stars and stuff soon, I think. So
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe if that's interesting. I don't know. Also, who'd be interested in a Strictly quiz night? Anyone want to do a pop quiz, Strictly pop quiz?
Go on.
I don't know. I'm just throwing ideas out there. We're gonna go. Okay, bye.
Bye, loves.
Bye, loves. Bye.
Bye.